Welcome to Property Wealth Systems, A to Z of property investing. We've put this series together to both educate and hopefully entertain you, our community of inspiring investors as well as actual investors. Who are Property Wealth System? We are a collective of professional property investors who have come together to help others achieve their goals and dreams through investing in property. Whether you're completely new to property or you already have an existing property portfolio, we are here to help you. I'm James D'Souza, and I'm one of the trainers for Property Wealth System. I came across property nearly 10 years ago, where previously I'd been a university student studying law, looking for a career path to go down, one that I was actually going to enjoy, and one that would give me some time, choice and freedom as well, which is what property has allowed me to do. In the past nearly 10 years, I've built up a property portfolio of properties such as buy-to-lets, HMOs and commercial property up and down the United Kingdom. In this video, we're going to talk about G, which stands for good debt. This ties in nicely to last week's video on finance, as the finance that you take out to build your property portfolio should be good debt. Growing up, I was taught that debt should be avoided at all costs. Maybe you were too, and maybe you've heard the phrase, you shouldn't be buying it if you can't afford it. My mum used to tell me that all the time, and that was ingrained in me up until I stumbled across property investing. In order to grow a successful property business in a relatively short period of time, you're going to need to take on some debt, and we want to make sure that that's good debt. My first introduction to good debt was, as I said, nearly 10 years ago on a 3-day intensive property training. After reading this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, my understanding of good debt versus bad debt increased massively. Let me start by explaining what bad debt is so you can tell the difference between the two. Examples of bad debt would be buying a TV or a holiday on a credit card when you don't have the money to instantly pay that off. You'll end up therefore paying interest for the privilege of buying whatever it is that you've bought, something that isn't actually making you money. Another example would be buying a car on finance simply for personal use. In both these situations, you have to make monthly payments for the item that it's coming out of your pocket on a monthly basis. This debt is costing you money each and every month. An example of good debt, however, could be a buy-to-let mortgage if you bought the property in the right way, of course. At the end of the month, the rental income should cover the mortgage that you've taken out, along with other associated costs, leaving you with positive monthly cash flow. The debt or mortgage that you've taken out has actually been used to make money. Instead of the payments coming out of your own pocket each and every month, the mortgage is basically being paid for by your tenants. If you hadn't taken out that mortgage in the first place, you wouldn't have been able to buy the property, and therefore you wouldn't be receiving the positive monthly cash flow that the property creates for you. Hopefully you can start to see why we would call this type of mortgage good debt, because it's debt that's actually making us money. We train our students on how to run their numbers, how to assess demand, etc., before they actually buy a property to make sure that the debt they're taking out will actually be good debt. Other examples of good debt could simply be finance that is used to buy an operating business that's already turning over a monthly profit. It could also be the funds that you use to pay for your education, as long as you actually put that education into use, into practice, and use it to make you money. My law school fees, for example, would probably be deemed to be bad debt because I never made a penny as a solicitor. However, my property education would be good debt because I've obviously taken that and used it to build a successful property portfolio. Remember, in order for debt to be deemed to be good debt, it has to put money in your pocket. It's really that simple. Don't be afraid of debt. As long as you've run your numbers and you've done all your tests and due diligence to make sure that the property is going to make you money each and every month, or the business venture is going to make you money each and every month, we can take debt on and have it serviced by somebody else. That is how the wealthy are able to grow their wealth far faster than by saving to buy a property or to buy a business. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this brief insight into good debt. Look out for next week's video, which is going to be H for HMOs. We'd love to see you on one of our Kickstart webinars where we talk about all things property, including good debt in a little bit more detail. Make sure that you download our free ebook and that you join our community Facebook group where you can connect and chat with other like-minded people. Hopefully that has widened your property education, and I look forward to seeing you in another video.